6 superstars, 1 sadistic structure, 1 shot at glory.
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it in. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster.
Welcome everyone to our first pay-per-view, No Way Out. We've got a stacked card featuring both Raw and SmackDown as No Way Out comes live from Nashville, Tennessee. Let's not waste time, let's get straight into the action. And as you can see, the ladders surrounding ringside, so that means we are kicking off No Way Out with the SmackDown Tag Team Championship ladder match as the Dirty Dogs, who defeated Rey and Dominic, the Mysterios, to qualify for this matchup, challenge Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day, of course, who beat Imperium. And of course, going into this matchup, we got a little preview as Dolph Ziggler faced off against Xavier Woods on SmackDown in one-on-one action. And unfortunately for Ziggler, he wasn't able to get the job done Friday night. But can him and Rude get the job done here on No Way Out? As you see the championships hanging from the ceiling there in the background. The Glorious One, Robert Roode, and the show-off Dolph Ziggler, they're looking to become tag team champions here tonight. But they got a big task ahead of them in the form of the multi-time tag team champions Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, 2/3 of the New Day. Of course, normally joined by Big E, but Big E deciding to stay in the back for this one. The New Day don't want to give Rude and Ziggler any excuses, so they're going in just as the two men who will be competing in this ladder matchup. As you see, Woods and Kingston, the New Day, they like to have fun, they like to mess around, but once that bell rings, they can get serious and they can get the job done, as we've seen on numerous occasions. As they look to become SmackDown Tag Team Champions here tonight at No Way Out, and what a way to kick things off. Of course, kicking things off with a ladder match here. And of course, who can forget our big WWE Championship Elimination Chamber main event matchup. As you see the prize on the line, the SmackDown Tag Team titles. We'll also have the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line, the Raw Women's Championship on the line, the Intercontinental Championship, the United States Championship, and the bell has rung. Many title matchups here, of course. The Universal title tournament continues on as Seth Rollins will challenge Riddle later on. We also have Jeff Hardy and The Miz in action. A big night here on No Way Out, and I'm very excited for this one, our first pay-per-view. And we are kicking things off hot with this ladder match as Ziggler reverses out of the back of Kofi and a big German suplex, and Rude has Woods just stunned up against the ropes. And Woods though springboard DDT as Ziggler gets caught with that lariat. Just as I was about to mention, the Dirty Dogs in control, the New Day turned the momentum as Rude with a big DDT plants Xavier Woods. Now Kofi, the first one to introduce the ladder, looking to bring a ladder in, with Ziggler cutting him off. And a big backdrop on that ladder. Kofi's back must be broken after that. As Rude just drops Woods face first into the corner. Now Robert Roode picking up Xavier Woods' boot to the midsection. Goes for it again, gets caught. And Woods stunning Roode against the ropes in the ring. Of course, Ziggler and Kofi still on the outside. And Kofi planting off Ziggler with that DDT on the floor. Roode turns the momentum in the ring. And a big spine buster by Robert Roode. Ziggler reversing momentum in Kofi. No one's yet. And Roode in the ring, that glorious DDT on Xavier Woods. Now Robert Roode looking to grab that ladder and look to, for the first time, get a ladder into the ring, of course. We've seen Kofi try to use it, get cut off by Ziggler and backdropped onto the ladder. But this is the first time a ladder's been placed in the ring as Roode hits Woods with it. And now he's gonna look to climb it. No, he's gonna look to continue the damage. But Woods with that jawbreaker. Kofi in the ring now. Gets caught by Ziggler though. Kofi with that kick to the midsection. As you see, I don't know if you see that Xavier Woods' arm trapped in the ladder. And Robert Roode was stomping away at Ziggler, looking to introduce a second ladder now. As a big belly to belly kind of move by Robert Roode, as the ladder glitching all over the place as Xavier went to roll out. And Dolph Ziggler with a big ladder shot to Kofi Kingston. And now climbing the ladder, but I think Roode might have knocked Kofi into the ladder. But now both members of New Day outside the ring. Robert Roode setting the ladder up, going to climb. This is an opportunity for the Dirty Dogs. What is he doing? Dolph Ziggler is going after Kofi Kingston. And Robert Roode climbs the ladder and decides to climb back down and go after Kofi on the floor. The Dirty Dogs had a golden opportunity to become tag team champions, but for some reason, I don't know, this game doesn't know how ladder matches work, right? And a big knee DT by Roode. And a big knee by Woods as Ziggler sends Kofi back to the ring. And now Kofi climbs the ladder. In comes Ziggler. Kofi trying to unhook it. Now both members of the Dirty Dogs trying to cut off Kingston. Ziggler on top of the ladder with Kofi. Both men fighting at the top of the ladder. Who's going to gain the advantage? Will it be Ziggler? Will it be Kingston? Woods and Ziggler. Knocked off the apron the ladder by Kofi. Kofi on top of the ladder. And a big leg drop misses. Kofi went for the high risk and missed. Ziggler climbed the ladder. Kingston back to his feet, climbs the ladder. And once again both men trading blows at the top of the ladder as Woods and Roode are going at it on the outside. Trading back and forth forearms are Kingston and Ziggler. Who's going to gain the advantage? Who's going to knock him down? Ziggler gets the advantage this time. Kofi's down. And just like how Kofi went for the high risk, so did Ziggler. And just like how Kingston missed, so did Ziggler. It's like neither man wants to go for the belt. Both had opportunities, decided to jump. Now they're back trading blows at the top of Roode. Decides to cut it off for Kofi and somehow the ladder falls over. Now Roode working over Kofi in the corner and here comes Woods. And Woods has Roode up on his back and that backbreaker. And Ziggler, zigzag, connects on Kofi, zigzag connecting. Of course not going for the pin because you can't in the ladder match. As Woods now super kick, well more of a leg lariat than a super kick on Ziggler, and now just hitting Ziggler with that ladder is Xavier Woods. And tornado DDT. I thought I was going to plant him on the ladder, but instead just kind of turned away from it. Ziggler goes to the top rope. What's Dolph got planned here? Crossbody to Xavier Woods. Now Ziggler going for the ladder. Rude back in the ring going for it. I thought he was going to pick up the ladder. Woods catches the ladder shot. Ziggler blocks it again. And Woods connects with the shot. Now, but remember, the Dirty Dogs working over Xavier Woods. Rude now back rake to Woods. Now Ziggler. Rude with the backbreaker. Ziggler with the ladder. Ziggler just hit Rude. What? And now Ziggler with those big elbow drops. What is it with tag team matches in this game? Ziggler now has the ladder, and instead of going to climb the ladder, he's going after Kofi Kingston, knocks Kofi down. Now he sets up the ladder. And Ziggler climbs, and let me guess, Kofi going to follow him up and trade? No, he's going to try cut him off from the bottom. But Robert Roode cuts off Kingston. That gives Ziggler an opportunity, no, because that Irish whip knocks the ladder over. And now Ziggler, he's hanging. Ziggler hanging from the belts. What's going to happen here with Ziggler? As Ziggler falls. As Rude went for a roll-up. And Kofi sweeps the leg. And a big clothesline draw, and Ziggler landed on that ladder. Now Kingston sent out by Ziggler, and Ziggler going to follow him, and in the ring Woods comes off with a big drop kick on Rude, and that means Ziggler, I thought he was going to go after Woods, and goes back out after Kingston. Now Xavier sets up the ladder, and him and Rude are going to climb either side. Rude reaching for the belts first, gets cut off by Woods, and now on the floor Kingston is driving that Ziggler knee first, trying to stop him from being able to climb a ladder by taking out the leg. And now Kofi trying to help Woods out by getting Robert Roode off that ladder. And Kofi pushes the ladder over, knocking both men off it, including his own tag team partner. And now I had Trouble in Paradise on Robert Roode. Kofi Kingston pushing that ladder over it, sacrificing his partner Xavier Woods. Now Woods sets up a ladder. He's climbing as Kofi's waiting for Ziggler to get up and nails him with a ladder shot. New Day, big opportunity here. Can they get the titles down? Can they unhook it? Kingston going to work on Ziggler. Once again, the ladder gets knocked over. Xavier Woods dangling from the belts. Xavier Woods hanging from the belts. And Xavier Woods crashes. He fell. He couldn't hold on any longer. Back of the head first. Off that ladder went Woods. And now Kofi sets up a ladder as Woods works over Ziggler. Now Kofi goes back after Ziggler. Woods once again climbs the ladder. Woods though sees Rude getting down. Like, what is ladders? Oh, Trouble in Paradise to Rude. Even though I think he was setting up Ziggler. Dropkick. And Woods, I have no idea what's going on anymore. Trouble in Paradise to Rude. And now Kingston firing off on Dolph Ziggler. And Dolph going for that big neck breaker on Kofi Kingston. Kofi in the corner, Ziggler going after him. Kingston fights back. What is Robert Roode doing with that ladder? And Kofi went for the boom drop, gets cut off by Roode. Now Kofi, big splash to Roode. Robert Roode just taking everyone out with that ladder. I think he may have even accidentally hit Ziggler. Now Roode and Woods left in the ring. Woods goes to climb, gets cut off by Roode. And Roode, instead of going to climb, trying to win this matchup, goes after Xavier Woods with the Impaler, that glorious DDT. And of course, because the ladders here are made of paper, they just fall over. And instead of going for the ladder in the ring, for some reason Roode decides to go for the ladder that's on the floor. And instead of doing anything with the ladder, he goes after Xavier Woods, which allows Woods to gain control with that eat the feet. Now Woods sets the ladder up. Is he going to climb or is he going to just stand there? He's going to just stand there and allow Kofi Kingston and Dolph Ziggler to climb up. And Woods pulls Ziggler down. Of course, that allows Roode to knock down Kofi. And Woods with a ladder. Can't do anything with it. Kingston with a ladder. Hits both men. No, I don't know what Kofi's doing. I don't think Kofi knows either. And what Ziggler doing? Ziggler, I thought he was going to come over for the announce table, but decides to get back in the ring. Like, what is going on? Like, I have no idea what's happening anymore. Woods with a suplex. Kingston grabs Ziggler. DDT. And Kofi setting up Dolph for Trouble in Paradise as Xavier Woods introduces another ladder into this one. And Trouble in Paradise followed by a boom drop by Kofi. And Woods with the ladder shot. And another Trouble in Paradise. This is the New Day's opportunity. Xavier Woods climbing the ladder. And instead of going for the goal, he's going high risk. He's just going to jump off into nowhere because, I don't know. And he's going back out of the ring. But at least Kofi is climbing. Can Kofi reach it from there? I hope so. Yes, he can. And Kofi trying to unhook the belts here for the New Day. Xavier Woods distracting Roode and Ziggler on the outside. Roode, though, he realizes, gets in. And Robert Roode finally able to cut Kofi Kingston off, and in comes Ziggler. Now Roode and Ziggler, they're both just standing there. One of them should have climbed the ladder, because I think they climbed the ladder, the other one cut off with Xavier Woods. They probably could have got the win there. And Ziggler with the takedown. Kofi plants Roode with DDT. And now it's Roode climbing the ladder. Kofi's down. Woods is dealing with Ziggler. Kofi back to his feet. He cuts off Robert Roode. Roode rolls to the floor. That leaves Ziggler alone with both members of the New Day. And Woods climbs the ladder as Kofi sends Ziggler into the corner. Ziggler fights off, and for some reason, instead of trying to grab the belts, Xavier Woods jumps back down off the ladder. Now Kofi climbs, and Kofi's going for the belt. Ziggler hits the leg sweep though on Woods, but he's not. He's going for Woods. He's seen Kofi on top of the ladder. Realised he had to cut him off, otherwise the New Day were about to walk out of No Way Out with the belts. And now Woods climbs the ladder, and Kofi cutting off Ziggler. Kofi cuts Ziggler off, sends him into the corner, but the Irish whip knocking over those ladders. And Woods fell on top of Ziggler. Accidental, like, big high risk maneuver there. And Trouble in Paradise, followed by a Woods elbow. And and Coffey. Boom drop on Woods, or on Rude, as Woods hit a big move on Dolph as well. Just set the ladder up, Coffey, and you'll win the belts. Instead, but why throwing it on the floor? Coffey wants to set up Robert Roode for something else. Another Trouble in Paradise, but missed and gets caught with a super kick. All he had to do was set that ladder up and climb it, and they knew they would have been tag team champions there. But instead, he went for another Trouble in Paradise, and it could cost the New Day. That could be costly, because Roode did turn the momentum, and now the Dirty Dog's back in it. But Woods climbed, the ladder just falling over. These ladders are made of paper, like they just fall over with like a gust of wind. And now Woods is down. Ziggler climbed the ladder. Ziggler setting it up. Climb it, and the Dirty Dogs could be the champions here. Rude getting in as well, cutting off Xavier Woods. Are the Dirty Dogs about to become tag team champions? Has he got it? And the Dirty Dogs have done it. The Dirty Dogs get the job done. Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode, your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions.
Here is your winner,
As we see Ziggler with the belt in hand. What a matchup to kick things off here at No Way Out. Robert Roode, Dolph Ziggler, your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And next up, we have some Raw action after that SmackDown Tag Team title matchup. As the must-see WWE superstar, The Miz, goes one-on-one against Jeff Hardy. Of course, Jeff Hardy disappointed at his loss to Edge in an Elimination Chamber qualifier match. He made a challenge to anyone on the Raw roster on Raw. That challenge was later answered by The Miz, who said it's about time the WWE Universe saw the must-see WWE superstar, and he's going to make No Way Out the must-see show. Well, here he is in action for the first time in this universe mode. It is The Miz, of course, with his lovely wife Maurice by his side as always. And Miz, he does have a point to prove. Of course, we talked about Jeff Hardy wanting to get momentum back on his side after his loss to Edge in the qualifier. The Miz wasn't even given a WWE Championship qualifier, so he has a point to prove that he should have been in contention for the Elimination Chamber qualifying matchup, but he wasn't. But he does get his match at No Way Out after accepting the challenge from Jeff Hardy. As the charismatic Enigma making his way to the ring. Jeff has a point to prove, not only to himself, he feels like, but his fans. He feels like he needs one more run as WWE Champion. He feels he has that one run left in him. And that's why he's so disappointed at missing out on the Elimination Chamber, because he missed out on that WWE Championship match, that shot at the title. So Jeff looking to pick up momentum, looking to get himself in contention for a championship match somewhere in the future. And a win against a superstar like The Miz could be helpful for the legendary Hardy. Of course, actions speak louder than words, and those actions need to be done in the ring and getting that 3 count here. Of course, Jeff Hardy, a fan favourite here. The fans here in Nashville loving the charismatic Enigma. As we get underway here, The Miz, Jeff Hardy. You know, a win here could put either man in line for a future WWE Championship match. Maybe it could put them first in line for whoever walks out of the chamber tonight. We'll have to wait and see. There's Miz, Snapmare, big boost straight to Jeff. And now Jeff plants Miz with a DDT. And Jeff Irish whipped into the corner by Miz. Gets the elbow up. Now Jeff, big alley-oop, just drops Miz. And a big, now working over the knee. And just slamming Miz face first is Hardy. And again just slams the Miz face first into the mat. As Miz though counters with a neck breaker, trying to turn the tide. And another neck breaker by Miz. Now just wearing away at Jeff Hardy as Miz, just trying to make him submit, trying to wear him down. Jeff finds a way out. Springboard dropkick connects, sends Miz flying across the ring with the dropkick. And a big kick by Jeff. And a splash onto Miz. And again the splash onto the Miz by Jeff Hardy. And a big shot across the back. And Jeff now looking for a suplex. Oh, just drops Miz face first. But Maurice trying to distract Jeff Hardy. Maurice with the distraction allows Miz to turn the tide. Now Miz is going to go high risk. And it connects with the axe handle. And again that kick to the back. And Miz, big boot to the face of Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was firmly in control until Maurice got involved with the distraction, and ever since then Miz in control, trying to wear down Jeff Hardy. Jeff with a big clothesline out, looking to turn things around. Atomic drop connects. Now vintage Jeff Hardy with the leg drop. And a drop kick to follow it up. And Jeff, twist of fate connects vintage Jeff Hardy. Vintage Hardy boys with the twist of fate. 1, 2. And Miz though gets the shoulder up. The twist of fate almost giving Jeff Hardy the win here. And once again Maurice getting involved, trying to cause a distraction, getting up on the apron. And once again allows Miz to take control with the knee. 1, 2. And Jeff gets the shoulder up. That would have been a robbery if I've ever seen one. And Miz now, skull crushing finale connects. 1, 2. Jeff kicks out. Jeff kicks out. Miz can't believe it. I can't believe it. Maurice can't believe it. I thought that was it. And now Jeff turns things with that arm drag. And Hardy going up top. And comes off with that axe handle. And Jeff looking to fly once again. What's Hardy got planned here? Swanton bomb connects. The Swanton bomb connect cover. 1, 2. And oh, Miz kicking out. Jeff Hardy's kicked out of a skull crushing finale. Miz kicked out a Swanton bomb. Both men kicking out of each other's finishers. What is it going to take to end this one? Is Miz with that big boot. And now Miz going after Jeff Hardy. Now Jeff crossbody connects. And Jeff, twist of fate once again. Twist of fate. And that sets Miz up perfectly for the Swan Ton. Boom, but Miz gets the knees up. Miz got the knees up. And a big neck breaker by the Miz. And now Miz, figure 4 leg lock, locked in on Jeff Hardy. Will Jeff submit? Will Jeff give up? Will he tap out? Miz locked in deep. And decides to let go because he knew Jeff Hardy was never going to quit. Once again, Miz going to the top. And a big elbow misses. And now Jeff Jeff Hardy going back up top. Jeff Hardy, a high flyer, risk taker, a daredevil. What's Hardy got planned? He calls Miz to the feet and a drop kick connecting. And a standing moonsault by Hardy. And a big kick by Jeff. And a big knee by Miz. Now figure 4. Locked in once again. And Jeff Hardy taps to the figure 4. The Miz makes Jeff Hardy tap to the figure 4 leg lock. And the Miz gets the win here and No Way Out.
Here is your winner.
And you see Miz victorious here tonight over Jeff Hardy. That's not going to be good for Jeff Hardy's confidence. He said he needed a win to get back on momentum. He just lost. You see the Miz celebrating here tonight with that win over Jeff Hardy. And No Way Out continues on with the Intercontinental Championship match.
It is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship.
As you heard, Greg Hamilton, our ring announcer, announced the Intercontinental Championship match here. Isaiah Swerve Scott looking to dethrone Ricochet. Of course, Swerve beating Chad Gable to become #1 contender Friday night on SmackDown. Really, Swerve has Chad Gable to thank for being put in that Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match. Because it was Gable who made the challenge to Ricochet, saying I wasn't pinned. In the Fatal 4-Way, of course, Ricochet won the championship on an edition of SmackDown. In the Fatal 4-Way, defeating Cameron Grimes. The Fatal 4-Way also featured Swerve and Gable. Gable called out Ricochet, saying, well, I wasn't pinned, I won a championship match and No Way Out. WWE management had a bit of an issue with Gable's challenge, saying, well, Swerve wasn't pinned either. So that's why we got that match on SmackDown between Isaiah Swerve Scott and Chad Gable, which Swerve did pick up the win and become #1 contender for the one and only Ricochet's Intercontinental Champion. As we take a look at the challenger, and here comes the champion defending the belt for the first time, Ricochet. And what a matchup this is going to be between Swerve and Ricochet. You can expect this to be a nice battle for the Intercontinental Champion. Of course, Ricochet, he's not going to want to relinquish this title so quickly. But Swerve isn't going to want to waste another opportunity. So both men really going to be looking to leave No Way Out with the championship gold. As we see Ricochet now, vintage Ricochet with that entrance. They're showing off his athletic ability. It's the one and only. Has the Intercontinental Championship around his waist. Looking to defend it here tonight. I don't know if you can pick that up, but the fans here in Nashville are chanting, whose house? Swerve's house. And Isaiah Swerve Scott looking to bring that Intercontinental Championship home to his house.
From Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 201 pounds, Isaiah Swerve Scott.
So we see the challenger getting introduced. And now time for the champion's introduction.
And introducing the champion from Paducah, Kentucky, weighing in at 190 pounds. He is the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Ricochet.
See Ricochet holding that championship above his head. And hopefully, he's going to be hoping it isn't the last time he holds onto that belt. Taking one good look at it before handing it over to our referee here. Referee now showing it, Swerve, what is on the line. It's the Intercontinental Championship, one of the most historic championships in professional wrestling, on the line. Zaya, Swerve Scott, Ricochet. We are getting this one underway. Referee rings the bell. Both men locking up. Ricochet going straight forward, looking for a suplex. Swerve rolls through. One count only. Very close start for this one. Nice back and forth action early on. As Swerve with that big backdrop driver drops Ricochet, and now Swerve looking to fly. The first man to go up, top both men high flyers. Going to utilize that top rope as Swerve hits that big drop kick now on Ricochet, and a big shining wizard. And springboard moonsault misses, and Ricochet goes after Swerve. And just, big boot. And now it's Ricochet. He goes for the moonsault, and this time connecting. Now Swerve getting worked over now with the Anaconda device locked in by Ricochet. And Swerve though knees to the back. Ricochet fighting his way out of it. A big kick by Swerve. Now Strickland dragging Ricochet to the corner, to the ropes. And big kick knocks Ricochet down to the floor. Swerve hits the ropes, through the ropes, and big runner onto the floor. And I told you can expect a lot of high pace, high offense action in this one. And now Ricochet turns the tide, picking up Swerve once again able to roll through from that suplex. And a big stomp on the back of Ricochet's head. Of course, championship cannot change hands via count out. Big cutter by Swerve. So Swerve needs to put Ricochet back in the ring if he does want to leave no way out with the belt. He picks Ricochet up, and now Swerve goes to break up the count. Goes back on the offense, does Isaiah Swerve Scott. And Swerve, apron powerbomb, and Isaiah Swerve Scott taking no nonsense, powerbomb onto the apron, then just throwing Ricochet into the apron, followed up by a foot stomp. We're now Ricochet looking to gain control of that Northern Light suplex, rolls through into another suplex. Referee up to a count of 3. What a matchup we've had so far here. As Ricochet enters the ring, and rolls back out to break the count, chasing after Swerve, but Swerve now getting into the ring. Ricochet going to follow, but Swerve playing a bit of cat and mouse, and this time both men end up back in the ring. Rolls through, misses the dropkick, and that flatliner connects. That rolling flatliner by Swerve connects. Ricochet's Intercontinental Championship could be in trouble. And Ricochet counters into this lamb. And Ricochet has Swerve up on his shoulder for that Samoan driver, connects. Ricochet could be about to retain his belt here. And that big knee. I can't remember what Ricochet calls it. He has a name for it. I cannot remember it. I think it's called the 1-2. Swerve got the shoulder up. The recoil, that's what he calls it. Swerve able to kick out of the recoil though. And Ricochet though kick the spine of Swerve, and that springboard moonsault connecting. And Ricochet going out, looking to go up top. Shooting star connects. A big shooting star press connecting. And Ricochet has momentum behind him. He is in control. But Swerve reverses, connects with the big bicycle. And now Swerve is going for that German suplex. Connecting that deadlift German by Swerve. And Swerve has Ricochet up. And drops him on the knees. And again, work on the arm is Isaiah Swerve Scott. And a drop kick to the back of Ricochet by Scott now. Isaiah, what's he got planned? Going to the top rope. And a 450 by Swerve, but Ricochet gets the knees up. Ricochet got the knees up on that 450. And a recoil once again. Connects center of the ring. 1, 2. Swerve gets the shoulder up. What a matchup this has been for the Intercontinental Championship. Ricochet Anaconda vice locked in. Will Swerve tap, or will he find his way out of it? Ricochet really cranking on it. And Swerve though able to get the knees off and break the hold. What a matchup. This is what the Intercontinental Championship is all about. As Swerve now turns its momentum. And now just dropping the arm. And just twisting Ricochet is Swerve. And big neck breaker by Ricochet connecting. Now Ricochet, what's he going to go for here? Up on the shoulders, this Swerve, that Samoan driver connecting once again. And Ricochet looking to fly. Just waiting. Shooting star connects. And Ricochet looking to fly once again. And again shooting star, but this time Swerve gets the knees up. He read it. Snapmare and Swerve with the big kick. That kick by Swerve. He's put away Chad Gable with that. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And Ricochet somehow, some way, finds a way to get the shoulder up. I thought we had a new Intercontinental Champion. And again, a rolling into the flatliner by Swerve. Sets Ricochet up. Ricochet reverses. Big neck breaker by Ricochet. Going top rope. Swerve back to his feet though. Ricochet jumps over, avoiding Swerve coming in. Connects with the neck breaker. And once again Ricochet looking. Go to the top. 630. Missed. He missed the 630. Swerve got out of the way of it. He's too far away. I can't. And now Swerve, Ricochet went back up top. Swerve cutting him off this time. Ricochet fighting back. And now Ricochet has Swerve and just drops him. And now Ricochet up to the top rope. 630 again missing. Just not able to hit that 630 is Ricochet. He's going to try one more time. And again, I didn't really catch all of it. Or did he? Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And Swerve kicks out. Yeah, Ricochet didn't really catch all that. 630, just kind of, his foot seemed to have caught Swerve, but Ricochet didn't really catch all of it. Now Ricochet goes for it again. This time lands on the back of Swerve. And he's going for the cover once again. 1, 2, 3. 630 to the back of Isaiah Swerve Scott was enough to give Ricochet the win here in this great contest for the Intercontinental Championship. Fantastic matchup between Swerve and Ricochet. But the one and only Ricochet retains the Intercontinental Championship here tonight at No Way Out. And next up is another championship matchup here at No Way Out.
And is for the Raw Women's Championship.
And as you heard, the Raw Women's Championship on the line. And what a surprise we have for you. We told you, a multi-time women's champion, a guaranteed future Hall of Famer, would be challenging Charlotte Flair here tonight. And here she is, none other than Hardcore Country, Mickie James. One of the greatest women's superstars the WWE has ever seen. Multiple time women's champion, multiple time knockouts champion in TNA. An all-time great when it comes to women's wrestling is Mickie James. And she's looking to dethrone Charlotte Flair, who a couple of weeks ago on Raw defeated Bianca Belair to become Raw Women's Champion. Mickie James looking to add another championship run to her collection. And here comes the reigning, defending Raw Women's Champion, the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Of course, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, defeating Bianca Belair to become the Raw Women's Champion. First title defense here tonight. Will she be able to successfully defend it? Or will Mickie James walk out with another title to her collection, as we see the pyro going off in the background for the Queen? Staring down, staring in the ring, staring at Mickie James. Letting her know who the Queen is, who the champ is. As Flair now making her way into the ring, calling the referee over to hold the ropes open. Now calling the referee over to help take off that robe. Of course, the gold is still around the waist of Flair. Just going to hope it keep it there here tonight. As we go to the ring for our championship introductions, you see the prize that is on the line, the Raw Women's Championship. Well, let's go to Greg Hamilton for the introductions of our champion and our challenger.
Introducing the challenger from Richmond, Virginia, Mickie James. And introducing the champion from the Queen City, the Raw Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair.
And now Flair handing the belt over to our referee. The prize on the line, the Raw Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair, Mickie James the challenger. And we are underway. The bell rings and Flair just going right, unloading with on Mickie James with those blows, and now Mickie fighting back. And a big spin kick by Flair. Flair going up to the top rope now. Mickie though using the ropes to get back to her feet as Flair comes off with the crossbody though and connects on Mickie. And Flair not wasting any time, just going after Mickie James. But Mickie now fighting back. And now grabs Charlotte, does Mickie, and just sends her flying across the ring now with the Irish whip. Out to the floor goes Flair. Of course, as I mentioned earlier in our Intercontinental Championship match, that can only change hand by a pinfall or submission, unless stated otherwise. And now Mickie working over the back of Flair. And now Flair though going straight for the legs, straight for the knees of Mickie James, trying to weaken her for that figure eight. And again, back to the legs. Referee already up to a count of 4. Is this Flair's plan? Wear down Mickie on the outside and win it by count out, retain by a count out. Referee up to 6, but Mickie sends Flair back in. And following her back into the ring now is Mickie James, and Mickie with a big kick to the back of Flair. And go next with clothesline. Follows up with another, and Mickie James on fire with that drop kick now. Oh, Mickie connects. And Flair catches the boot and now unloading on Mickie James. Fighting back to Charlotte Flair now with those right hands. Now Flair setting up Mickie for that suplex. Connecting that stalling suplex. And now that cocky pin just put foot on Mickie, and Mickie swiping at the foot for the disrespect. Flair, big chop. And then natural selection, that's how she won the belt. Is that enough to put away Mickie James? Natural selection 1, 2. Mickie got the shoulder up, kicking out a natural selection. Charlotte Flair almost leaving No Way Out with that championship still around her waist there. And a big boot by Flair. And now those elbows to the top of the head of Mickie James. As Flair sets her up for something. What is Flair going for? Went for the top. Mickie blocked. But now Flair fighting back still. Irish whip. Into the corner goes Mickie. And a neck breaker connecting. And chops by Flair. Vintage Flair with those chops. And then that knee drops Mickie James. Now going to the work on the arm and driving that arm into the mat. Again going back to those knees, working them over in case she needs to go for that figure 8. But big dragon screw by Mickie James to turn things around here. Flair though with the roll up. Flair rolls through. 1, 2, 3. And Charlotte Flair steals it, retaining the championship with that roll up. And getting out of there quickly. She knows she got away with one here. At No Way Out. Charlotte Flair with the roll up, retaining the Raw Women's Championship. You see how much retain that belt means to Charlotte. Kind of stole it with the roll up, but either way she got the job done, and Charlotte Flair still your Raw Women's Champion. And No Way Out continues here with Universal Championship Tournament action. As you've seen on the screen already, the current standings, Matt Riddle sitting on 3 points after victory over Walter in those first roundup matchups. And his opponent tonight, Seth Rollins, currently sitting on 0 after being defeated by Tommaso Ciampa in his matchup already. And Riddle looking to be the first man to achieve 6 points and kind of build a big advantage for himself here. Is the original bro but tough challenge ahead of him in the form of the Drip God, Seth freaking Rollins. But Matt Riddle with his UFC background, he's not afraid to take on any challenger. He's confident in his abilities, as you see. The original bro now in the ring, ready, looking down the ramp, waiting for his opponent to make his way to the ring. As Seth Rollins looks to burn it down here on No Way Out. Now here comes the Messiah. Looking to pick up his first points of the tournament, as of course defeated by Tommaso Ciampa.
From Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds.
Seth looking to get off the mark here. And No Way Out. And what matchup this should be, Matt Riddle and Seth Rollins. This is the type of action you can expect to see every week on Friday Night SmackDown. Of course, this tournament will be continuing on, of course, second round. It's the second match in the second kind of rounding of this tournament. round robin tournament. For those who are tuning in for the first time, don't know what this Universal Championship tournament is. 6 SmackDown Superstars are competing in a round robin tournament, which means they face off against each other once. 10-minute time limit, as you can see on the screen. Winner picks up 3 points. A draw equals 1 point for both competitors, and of course a loss equals 0. Whoever has the most points at the end of this tournament will be crowned Universal Champion, as Seth Rollins connects with that big super kick and a standing moonsault going to work on Riddle early is Rollins, and now Rollins looking to fly off the top. Riddle rolls out of the way of that elbow. Now Matt Riddle trying to fight back, misses with the kick. There's Riddle. Seth now just planting Riddle face first into the mat. 30 seconds passing when nearly at a minute mark. 20 seconds remain until we get to a minute. 40 seconds passed already, and Riddle finally getting into control with his knees. Of course, we haven't had a draw yet in this tournament, and Riddle and Rollins both wanting to put the 3 points on the board. Of course, a win for Riddle, as you see in the league table, I mentioned it already. A win takes Riddle to be the first man on 6. Rollins looking to get his first points on the board after losing to Ciampa. So a win, both men equally as big as that. Brought to sleep into the German by Riddle. Because of course 6 points puts Riddle out of front. Gives him a bit of a gap on people like Rollins, who's on 0. So, gives him a bit of breathing room. And of course a win just as equally as important for Seth, for other reasons, being that he can't really afford to fall too far behind early on, because it might be hard for him to catch up as Seth hits a big super kick. Looking to fly off the top now is Rollins. Big frog splash connects. Now Seth in control of Riddle, picking him up. Boot to the midsection, dropping him. And now Seth looking for that Falcon Arrow. He hits the deal. Now Seth just stalking Riddle. What's he setting him up for? Seth just waiting for Riddle to get to his feet. Riddle dropped to a knee. What's Seth got planned? And Riddle reversing whatever it was, ducking under that kick. Shot to the back of Rollins by Riddle. And there's vicious elbows working away. Broad Derek. And now Riddle in control, picks up Seth. And he's going for another one. Bro Derek connects once again, hooking the leg. Cover 1, 2. And Seth kicks out. Seth barely gets his shoulder up. I thought Riddle was getting another 3 points on the board. Missing with the Broton. Now Seth stomped to the midsection of Riddle. Now going to work on the leg is Seth Rollins. Seth up to the second. And Phoenix Splash. Riddle out of the way though. And a big running knee by Matt Riddle. Now Riddle up top, calling Seth to his feet. What's Riddle got planned here? Big axe handle. And now Seth in control again with that neck breaker. Decides to switch out of it with the elbow to the back as we approach 6 minutes remaining on the clock. Seth misses with the frog splash. Riddle able to get up to his feet and out of the way first. And now Seth in control again. Riddle fighting back with that elbow to the midsection and a chop. Springboard misses with the kick. There's Matt Riddle. Boot to the midsection, caught by Riddle. And a big belly to belly overhead by Riddle. And again, Riddle just throwing Seth Rollins around the place. In control is Riddle. And now Matt Riddle, what's he got planned for Seth? Grab the arm. And has the submission locked in, but Seth able to get to the ropes. And a big senton off the top rope by Matt Riddle. Goes for a cover. 1, 2, shoulder up at a count of 2. Riddle cannot believe it. He thought he had Seth Rollins put away. He's thinking, what am I got to do? What can I throw at Seth Rollins? He's kicking out of everything. We're at 5 minutes on the clock, halfway through this matchup. Is one of these men able to find an answer within these 5 minutes and get the win? Seth in control after that Enzuigiri boot to the midsection. He's going for a pedigree. Can he connect it? Does, planting Riddle face first with the pedigree. And now Rollins has Riddle where he wants him. Boot to the midsection, off the ropes. He's going to go for it. Curve stomp, and that's probably it. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Riddle kicks out. I cannot believe it. Seth can't believe it. Riddle somehow kicking out of a curb stomp. Seth looking to go off the top. Calling Riddle to his feet now. Seth Rollins missing with whatever that was, the flying nothing. And now Riddle sending Rollins to the floor. Of course, double count out would be 1 point, but if Riddle was just win via normal count out like he's planning on here, that would be all 3 points. A win is a win. And I'm missing with the kick now, does Riddle. And now Seth, he's getting called to his feet. Riddle has something planned for him. And a big kick that may knock Seth out, and he's going for a bro mission. Elbows to Seth. He's got it locked in, center of the ring. Center of the ring. Will Rollins submit? Will Rollins submit? He does. Seth Rollins taps out. Riddle putting another 3 points on the board with the bro mission. And as you just seen on your screen, when I pull up the league table, Matt Riddle leading the way in this Universal Championship tournament. 6 points on the board. Undefeated so far in this tournament is Riddle. 2 wins from 2. And unfortunately for Seth Rollins, he's still on 0 points. No wins yet for Rollins. But Matt Riddle victorious here tonight and leading the way.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE United States Championship.
And as you heard Greg Hamilton just say, the United States Championship on the line in this one. Cedric Alexander, the number 1 contender, defeating Mansoor on Raw to become number 1 contender. Gets a one-on-one opportunity against Mustafa Ali for the United States Championship. Of course, Cedric was in that Battle Royale where Ali won the championship. Final 3 were Mansoor, Cedric and Ali. Of course, Ali came out on top in that Battle Royale. WWE management decided, let's give Cedric and Mansoor a shot for a one-on-one match here on the Way Out. Made a number 1 contendership match, which of course Ali came out on top, or Cedric came out on top in, and that led to this match here tonight with the gold on the line. One-on-one Mustafa Ali, Cedric Alexander. This should be a good one, as here comes your reigning, defending WWE United States Champion. You see the gold around the waist of Ali. And so far we haven't had a title change, of course. The Dirty Dogs winning the vacant SmackDown Tag Team Champions. In terms of defensive, Charlotte Flair retaining. What other title matches have we had? Ricochet retaining his Intercontinental Championship. So we're yet to see a belt change hands. As we see now, Ali looking to continue that trend of champions defending the belt successfully. But he has a tough challenge ahead of him in Cedric Alexander. As the champion looks ready, he looks focused to defend his belt here tonight. As we get Look at the graphic. This is what it's about. The United States Championship on the line. Let's head to the ring for our introductions of champion and challenger.
Introducing the challenger from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 200 pounds, Cedric Alexander. And introducing the champion from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 182 pounds. He is the WWE United States Champion, Mustafa Ali.
And you see Ali holding the gold above his head. And he's hoping that this isn't the last time he's holding that championship belt as he hands it over to our referee here. That is what these two men are fighting for, the United States Championship on the line. Who will leave no way out with that piece of gold on their waist? Will it be Cedric? Will it be Ali? We're about to find out as the bell rings and we are underway. Ali going straight after Cedric, locking up and dragging him towards the corner, sending him headfirst into the turnbuckle. Now going to work on the arm, using the ropes to his advantage. And those big chops by Ali. Just aggressive from the start is Ali, not letting Cedric get any offense in early. But Cedric fighting back. And connects with a big kick. Now it's a big drop kick by Mustafa. And now Ali grabbing Cedric once again up on the shoulders. And just dropping him face first. And a big punch by Ali, rocking Alexander, but Cedric with that spin kick. And now Cedric looking to go up to the top rope. Was Alexander got that frog splash, connecting. And now just working away at the arm. And drop of the knee by Cedric. And a drop kick to the back of Mustafa now. Cedric in control, but Ali up to speed. Connects with a big drop kick, standing. Alexander flying off the rope, connect with that big tornado DDT. And now just that camel clutch locked in. Will Cedric tap? Will he keep fighting? He's found his way out of it, slipping behind, breaking the grip of Ali. And a big kick to the midsection again by Ali. Going back to that arm of Cedric. And now Mustafa up to the top rope. 450 connects. 450 splash by Ali. Connecting on Cedric, and Ali going to the top rope once again. What has Mustafa planned for Cedric? A big elbow to the back. And Ali once again looking to fly. Mustafa Ali to the top. 054. That reverse 450, the 054, but Cedric got the knees up. And now it's Cedric looking to fly himself. Ali back to speed, so Cedric deciding to drop down. But that just may have allowed Ali back into this one, as Ali has him up. Cedric go down behind with a German suplex. Cedric now on the top. Big elbow connects. And now Ali fighting back with a chop. And a big neck breaker by Mustafa Ali. But Cedric with a punch to the face, and now Ali. The lumbar check. Lumbar check connects. Is this enough for Cedric to win the belt? 1, 2. Mustafa somehow, someway fighting, getting the shoulder up to keep his United States Championship reign intact. So, big standing Spanish fly, and Cedric setting him up once again. Cedric Alexander has Ali where he wants him, in his sights. Go behind, but Ali fighting off. And now Ali up on the shoulders of Cedric, and then alley-oop by Cedric Alexander. What a match with both these men giving it their all here to become the United States champion as Ali has Cedric in position for a big neck breaker. Just poking at that neck. Now Mustafa on the top rope, missing with that move. And now Cedric in control, dropping the knee across the throat of Mustafa. Now Cedric with that figure 4 headlock locked in, just wearing down Mustafa Ali, just wearing down the champion as the challenger. And a big punch, go behind, and a big takedown by Cedric. And a big knee to the face of Ali. Now Ali and Cedric trading blows. EDT by Mustafa Ali, planting Cedric. And Ali setting Cedric up, setting him up in the sights. Flatliner into the Koji clutch. The Koji clutch locked in. Will Cedric tap out to the Koji clutch? Mustafa Ali torquing away at it, torquing him back. And Cedric though, surviving it. But Ali going to the top with a leg drop, connecting. And Ali out to the apron. Waiting for Cedric to get up, rolling in. X-Factor, that rolling X-Factor by Mustafa Ali, and Ali back to the top. Just waiting now as Ali come off with the big splash. Ali up again to the top rope. And what has Ali got planned here? Another splash. We may have went to the well too many times as Alexander got the knees up. Punch to the face. Lumbar check. Lumbar check. Ali goes for the cover. 1, 2. And somehow, some way, Mustafa Ali kicks out of another lumbar check. And catches Cedric, kick to the midsection. And now Ali in trouble. Cedric sends him to the floor. Of course, championship cannot change hands via count out. But Cedric can still do damage to the champion on the floor. Just now working away. Where now the champion is Cedric Alexander. And missing with the super kick is Ali. Chopped by Cedric. Kicked to the midsection now by Mustafa. Big enziguri by Ali. Cedric fighting back. Referee to a count of 6. Cedric needs to get him back in the ring. Needs to take this to the ring if he wants to leave with the belt. Referee up to 7. Cedric into the ring though, breaking the count. No, 8. He's deciding not to break. He's deciding to let Ali back in himself. Referee to a count of 9. And Ali gets back in. A flatliner by Cedric. Now going to work, trying to make Ali submit with that armbar. Possibly no, decides to let go of it. Ali though, kick to the head. Uppercut by Cedric, and now Cedric's super kick and a neck breaker. Cedric Alexander, I was about to say in control, but Ali reversing. And Cedric is in trouble here as Ali goes to the top again. Cedric tried to miss, but Ali missed with his move off the top. And I believe Ali has Cedric here, and what's he going for? Dropping him face first off the shoulders. As Mustafa goes to the top. Went for the elbow, missed. Cedric now has Ali in trouble. Picking him up and dropping him face first. Cedric could be moments away from becoming United States champion, as he's got him up for that brain buster center of the ring. goes for the cover. Cedric Alexander might be your new United States champion. 1, 2, 3. And we've got a new champion here at No Way Out. Cedric Alexander defeating Mustafa Ali. And there you see your new United States champion. He's got the win here over Ali. Cedric Alexander, your new United States champion. And you see Mustafa Ali sitting on the apron, disappointed that he couldn't get the job done and retain his United States champion here tonight at No Way Out. And we continue it on with more championship action here at No Way Out, as the vacant SmackDown Women's Championship is on the line in a triple threat match between Bayley, Io Shirai and Toni Storm. Of course, Bayley picking up a victory over a long-time rival, long-time friend, someone she has a lot of history with, in Sasha Banks. Bayley got the win over Banks with the Rose Plant, which qualified her for this three-way for the title here. We'll talk about who Io and Toni defeated to qualify while they make their entrance, but right now we're focused on Bayley, and Bayley would love nothing more than to become SmackDown Women's Champion here at No Way Out. As I mentioned already, defeating someone she has a lot of history with in Sasha Banks. You got Bayley, who makes a great champion, but she has two tough competitors in front of her if she wants to become SmackDown Women's Champion once again. Opponent number 2, entrant to number 2 in this triple threat, Toni Storm, looking to make it Toni time on SmackDown. Victorious over Becky Lynch, over the man Becky Lynch, to book her spot into this triple threat. And of course, Toni Storm, an established wrestler across Japan and Stardom. Of course, won titles in the UK as well. Of course, NXT UK champion. But a lot of people would have believed that Becky Lynch was the favourite to qualify from that match. But Toni Storm, in many people's eyes, pulled off an upset. In my eyes, I don't see it as an upset, because Toni Storm is a very talented professional wrestler. And that's why she's here at No Way Out. And I wouldn't call it an upset if she was to leave here with the belt either. I'm a big Toni Storm fan, and I think she has what it takes to get the job done. Of course, she has to get through Bayley, and she has to get through this woman, the Queen of the Skies, Io Shirai, one of the greatest, I'm going to just say, one of the greatest professional wrestlers in the WWE, defeating Asuka to book her spot in this triple threat match. And you gotta believe Io Shirai, a fan favourite, one of the greatest wrestlers on the SmackDown roster, not just the SmackDown roster, but in the entire WWE. Three very talented wrestlers in this matchup: Bayley, Toni Storm and Io Shirai. Whoever walks out of here with the SmackDown Women's Championship will make a great champion, and you can't argue wanting to make a deserving champion. When you think of the people that just didn't qualify for this matchup, you know, you have Asuka, you have Becky, you have Sasha Banks, three top talented women's wrestlers. They didn't even get into this match. They were defeated by these three women. So there's going to be no complaints, no arguments. Whoever walks out with that championship is deserving champion. As you see, referee holding the belt, the SmackDown Women's Championship. You see the three challengers: Bayley, Toni Storm, Io Shirai. Only one can leave with gold, and we are underway. And Bayley going straight after Toni Storm with that side headlock, locked in tight on Toni. Is Bayley cranking away at the headlock, with Toni able to roll her off? And now Io getting involved with those kicks on Bayley. Toni though going straight for Io. lighten her up with the stops. Bailey takes down Shirai. That's the thing with triple threat matches, you need to have eyes in the back of your head, because another opponent can just come out of nowhere. It's Bailey working over Io. Bailey now getting lit up by chops from Tony. And a big shining wizard by Tony Storm. Now Tony looking for that deadlift German. Can she carry up? Yes, she can. Tony Storm in control of Bailey, and Io Shirai now getting some of it from Tony. Storm goes to pick up Io. What's Tony got planned? Io sliding out from behind, blocked to the knee. Now tilt the world head scissors by Io, setting Bailey up in the ropes, but again caught by Tony. Tony now slamming Io into the corner and tossing her. Now going after Bailey, it's Storm, and a big twisting suplex by Tony Storm. Now not wasting time before going after Io, as Io is lying in the corner. Sent her head first into the turnbuckle, but then turned her attentions to Bailey, and now Bailey suplex on Tony Storm. And Tony rolling out, leaving Io with Bailey, as Bailey catches Io with that boot to the midsection. Io in control now, sends Bailey off the ropes, out to the floor. And what's the Queen of the Sky going to do here? It's going to go up to the top rope. Io Shirai looking to fly. See Bailey and Tony Storm, but not Io decided to do a moonsault into the ring instead of out of it, to where I don't know who she was targeting. As Tony Storm now picking Io Shirai up, suplex. Is Bailey calling for tag? What? Boot to the midsection by Tony Storm. Pile driver on Bailey. Tony Storm with a vicious pile driver on Bailey. And a boot to the midsection. Is she going for it? Tiger driver. Now Storm gets caught with that elbow by Io. Northern Light suplex by Tony. Now big knee strike to Bailey. Now back after Io. Big suplex. Tony Storm in control of this one. And again, looking for the fisherman. Hooks. I thought she was going to hook the leg for the pin. Would have been smart with Bailey on the outside, but maybe she feels like she hasn't done enough damage to Io as she works away with those big right hands. And swipe at the leg of Tony from Io as Io goes to the rope. And misses with that drop kick. And Bailey just planting Tony Storm on that knee, and then a dragon screw working over the knees. And now going to work on the arm. Tony Storm was in control of this one, but now it's Bailey looking to control things. As everyone's just standing still. I don't know what has happened. Tony Storm down, Io and Bailey just kind of staring at each other. I really don't know what's happened. And now, we unpaused it. Things are back. I have no idea what happened there. Everyone in the ring just kind of froze. And now Io connects with a dropkick on Storm. And now Storm rolling out, leaving Io Shirai one-on-one with Bailey for the time being. As Io hits the corner. Hits the elbow. And now going to work on the knee of Bailey is Io Shirai. And a boot to the midsection. And Io looking to pick up Bailey, but Bailey reversing. Lariat drops Io. Storm back to her feet on the outside. And rolling back in as Tony as Bailey sends Io into the corner. German suplex dropping Bailey on her neck by Tony Storm. And Tony going to work on the arm of Bailey and now going straight after Io. And what has Tony got planned here? Boot to the midsection. Is she going for a tiger driver? Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Io just kicking out. I'm not sure if Bailey would have been able to break that up in time, but Io just got the shoulder out as Tony sends Bailey into the corner. Now driving her head first into the turnbuckle. Now Bailey fighting back, fighting takedown. That side headlock locked in, just trying to wear down Toni Storm is Bailey. Storm finds it, rolls her out of it. And now Io getting involved with big German onto Bailey. And now Io with the double foot stomps to Toni Storm. And a chop misses. And a big Hurricane Rana by Io. And Io again has Toni up for that air raid Sirens crash, just sending her down to the mat. And Io, the Queen of the Sky, looking to fly. But Toni Storm up to her feet, cutting her off. But Io comes off, gets caught with that power bomb by Toni Storm. And now going for it again, that Tiger Driver. Or no, just plants her. And a chop to Bailey now by Toni, and going to work again on that arm. What an impressive performance this has been by Toni Storm. What an impressive matchup this has been by all three women. As Toni fighting back once again, setting Bailey up, calling her to her feet. Boot to the midsection. And a big pile driver by Storm. This could be it if she goes for the cover. Instead, no, deciding to inflict more damage as she's going for it. The Tiger Driver connects, but Io's right back in to break up the pin. And a big uppercut by Storm. And Toni now calling Io to her feet. Kicking her away. Missing with the drop kick though. And a big kick by Io may have knocked Bailey out. And now Io slips up behind, gets caught with an elbow. And Toni's dragging Io towards the ropes, so she can just send her with a suplex into the middle of the ring, floats over into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, Toni Storm second away from becoming SmackDown Women's Champion. And Toni Storm she's been the one to control this matchup. Storm has mainly been the one dictating the momentum as Io got the knees up on that frog splash. I feel like a lot of the momentum has been Toni Storm's favour. It's Bailey taunting the crowd as Io gets sent flying with a German suplex. And Toni Storm working over Bailey and cuts Io off with that lariat. Like, that's what I mean, the ring awareness of Toni Storm. Always knows when someone else is approaching her. As Io now gets the hook. But Storm fighting out, lariat to Io. Now Bailey dropping a knee on Io Shirai. And a kick to the back of the knee of Toni Storm. Rose plant dropping Toni Storm head first. Goes for the cover. 1. Io Shirai breaks up the cover. And a big suplex by Bailey. And Bailey again a suplex on Io Shirai. And Toni Storm back to her feet as Bailey looks to climb to the second rope and comes off with a splash onto Io. Boot caught though by Toni. Toni pushes her away though. Went chasing him with that clothesline, gets caught on the shoulders of Bailey now, and just drop face first is Toni Storm. And Bailey, snapmare takedown on Io. Off the ropes goes Bailey, drops the elbow. Now picking up Io, and the Bailey to belly connects. Toni Storm is out on the floor, goes for the cover. 1, 2, Io Shirai somehow kicked out that Bailey belly. And now Bailey setting Io up where she wants her. Kick to the midsection. Rose planting Io, but Toni Storm back in to break it up. And now Storm boot to the midsection of Bailey. Double underhook Tiger Driver goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, somehow, someway, Bailey finds a way to kick out at 2. What is it going to take for one of these women to put another one of them away? All 3 women giving it their all 3 women putting in a fantastic performance in this triple threat match. All 3 women giving it their all to become SmackDown Women's Champion. What is it going to take though for one of these women to put it away? Io catches the boot of Storm. And a big kick to the head of Toni. Flatliner. Floats over Koji Clutch. The Koji Clutch locked in by Io. And Bailey in to break it up. Gotta believe Toni Storm might have been tapping if it wasn't for Bailey. And a figure 4 leg lock by Io. Io got that figure 4 locked in on Bailey. Io looking to make Bailey submit with that figure 4. And Toni breaking it up this time. Keeping the match alive. And again gets cut though. Koji Clutch locked in. That Koji Clutch by Io. Locked in deep. And Toni Storm submits. Toni Storm no chance but to tap. And Io Shirai is victorious.
Here is your winner.
And your new SmackDown Women's Champion Io Shirai. What a fantastic matchup between all 3 women. What a great way to crown the SmackDown Women's Champion. And what a win for Io Shirai. The Queen of the Sky has got the gold. And you see the sadistic structure surrounding the ring. That can only mean one thing. It is time for the main event, as we look to crown a WWE Champion. And making his way to the ring first, none other than the head of the table, the tribal chief. You will acknowledge him because he is Roman Reigns. And Roman picked up momentum Monday night in that 6-man tag preview, where he made Edge submit with the guillotine to pick up the win for his team, of course consisting of Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley. And the Tribal Chief, to qualify for the Elimination Chamber match, got a big win over Shinsuke Nakamura, the king of strong style. And of course, with this being an Elimination Chamber match, absent from the Tribal Chief's corner is his special counsel, the wise man as he likes to call him, Paul Heyman. But you gotta believe backstage Heyman would have been giving Reigns advice on how to get the win and how to leave No Way Out as WWE Champion. As Reigns now entering the chamber. Looking out at the WWE Universe, letting them acknowledge him. And now heading to the top rope, soaking it in, letting the universe here in Nashville acknowledge him as their tribal chief. Now coming over to the other side, giving the other side of the arena a chance to acknowledge the tribal chief. And Roman He'll be one of the four starting off in the pods. Which it's got to be a big advantage, not being one of the two starting. Of course, the longer it takes for you to be released out of the pod, the better. The later you enter the matchup, the better. And here comes one of his opponents. Of course, they were teammates on Raw. Enemies here tonight, the almighty Bobby Lashley, who was victorious over Damian Priest in his qualifier for the Elimination Chamber. And just like how Paul Heyman is absent from the corner of Roman Reigns, MVP absent from the corner of Bobby Lashley here tonight for the Elimination Chamber match. But again, just like how Paul Heyman would have been advising Roman Reigns backstage, I'm sure MVP was going through tactics with the almighty Bobby Lashley. And we see Lashley not wasting any time getting into one of those pods, just staring down Roman Reigns in the meantime. And the third entrant into this matchup, the Rated R Superstar Edge. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, Edge tapped out to that guillotine choke to Roman Reigns on Raw, which of course lost the matchup for his team. So Edge looking to bounce back and leave as WWE Champion here tonight. But he did get the win, qualify. He is in the Chamber match after picking up a big victory over Jeff Hardy. So can the Rated R Superstar become WWE Champion once again? Of course, Edge competing in many Elimination Chamber matches in the past. Looking around this sadistic structure, soaking it all in is the Rated R Superstar. Getting a walk around, getting a feel for the chamber, gathering his surroundings, and now entering his pod. Staring down Reigns, staring down Lashley, as we get a look at Roman Reigns inside his pod. Edge entering his. And the final man that will be entering this matchup as one of the pods, Austin Theory, Vince McMahon's hand chosen superstar. Someone who's going to go straight to the top here in no time. And he's looking to do it by winning the Elimination Chamber. Looking to win his first WWE Championship is Theory. And you see Austin Theory, he's got the gold on his gear because he wants to leave with the gold here tonight. He's got the golden gear so he can become the champion. But will he be leaving with gold around his waist? He's got 5 other men who want to stop him, and 5 of the top superstars here on Raw. And Austin Theory got a win over Cesaro to get book his spot inside of the chamber. As now we know the 2 men who will be starting things off, as we just wait for them to make their entrance. As Theory now enters the pod, and the first man to make his way to the ring from the starting 2, the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. Orton was victorious over AJ Styles in his qualifying matchup for the Elimination Chamber. As the Apex Predator looks to strike here and once again become a WWE Champion. And when you're Randy Orton, all it takes is one simple 3-letter word move, and he can put anyone away, and that move, of course, is RKO. He can strike out of nowhere with that. And when he does, it often leads to victory, as Orton entering the chamber now, stepping foot inside this sadistic structure. Getting a look at all of his opponents trapped inside the pods. And now the last man to enter the chamber. We all know who it is. It's none other than the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus. Sheamus qualified for this match with victory over fellow Irishman Finn Balor. That's what booked the Celtic Warrior's spot inside this chamber matchup. And you gotta believe someone like Sheamus, he loves a fight. He ain't afraid of a scrap with anyone. And he's definitely not afraid to be locked inside of the elimination chamber. He's probably relishing at the opportunity of getting locked in the chamber and getting the scrap with 5 other top superstars. As the Celtic Warrior now in the ring. Just walking up into the face of Roman Reigns as Sheamus. Walking around, getting a good look at everyone talking trash, is the Celtic Warrior. As the fans here on their feet, ready for this big time main event. Bell has rung, we are underway. Sheamus locking up with Randy Orton. And a big Alabama slam. And Sheamus, big powerbomb to Randy. Now that cloverleaf locked in. Sheamus trying to eliminate Randy Orton early, trying to get Randy out before the next competitor enters this matchup. And a knee to the midsection by Sheamus. And a big strikes by the Celtic Warrior. Now Orton has Sheamus up on the shoulder and just dropping him face first into that turnbuckle. Of course, these two men were on the same side Monday night. Of course, no teams here tonight. Everyone wants to become WWE champion as we have 5 seconds left on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Who's going to be the first one out of the pods? Who's it going to be? Who's going to be entering this matchup? It's Austin Theory. Theory, the first man out of his pod. And as I mentioned during his entrance, he's got the gold gear on, but will he be leaving with the gold around his waist? We will wait and see. As now Sheamus going after Austin Theory. Theory though fighting back on Sheamus. And a big fall away slam by Theory. And a big backbreaker now on Randy. Austin Theory, the freshest man in control, going to the top rope. Gets cut off by Randy as we've 10 seconds before we find out the next competitor. Who's it going to be? Will it be Reigns? Will it be Edge? Will it be Bobby Lashley? It's the almighty Bobby Lashley, the next one out of his pod. And 4 to 6 men in the ring now. Randy, big DDT on Austin Theory. Now Bobby going after Randy, picking him up on the shoulders. Is Lashley just sending him face first into the corner as Sheamus grabs Theory and just tosses him onto that steel floor. And now Sheamus going after the Austin on the floor. picking him up for the high cross. And just, sending him into the wall, the steel wall on the chamber. Now Lashley going after Theory and Sheamus going back for Orton. Bro kick on Orton. Bro kick on Orton. Goes for cover. 1, 2. Oh, Randy gets the shoulder up, almost eliminated. Now a next entrant getting ready to come in. It's the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And the look at the draw favoured the Rated R Superstar, the ultimate opportunist. Edge. Is the look at the draw means he is the final man out of his pot, the precious man in things, as Reigns goes after Sheamus with that flapjack, the stun gun. Now Reigns and Orton going at it. No one has been eliminated so far. Of course, Edge and Sheamus the first two who started. Then Austin Theory came in, then Lashley, and then of course Reigns. As we await Edge's... Austin Theory almost breaking his neck there. And now 10 seconds on the clock. As Edge, he enters this matchup. As I said, the entrance order was done randomly backstage. And the luck of the draw favoured the ultimate opportunist. As Sheamus and Randy still going at it, the first two who started things off. And on the floor it's Theory and Reigns going at it. And Lashley has Edge in the corner. As Orton, big vintage Randy Orton backbreaker onto Sheamus. Picking him up. Sheamus will knee to the midsection. As Theory dropping Edge on the knee. As Reigns pump handle suplex onto Lashley. And now Austin Theory ataxia on to Sheamus, goes for cover. 1, 2, and 2 count as Sheamus got the shoulder up. And what's going on over in the corner? Randy Orton has Edge. Randy up top with Edge. Top rope RKO. Top rope RKO. And Randy not able to go for cover as he has to deal with Roman Reigns now. That's the thing about these elimination chambers. You can't afford to not waste any time as Bobby Lashley goes for a cover on Edge. And now Roman Reigns with the cravat locked in. Roman trying to make Randy submit, and Randy is tapped. Roman Reigns eliminating Randy Orton with that submission. Randy Orton has been eliminated. The first man eliminated from the Elimination Chamber. Of course, one of the first two to start things off with Sheamus. I told you how much of a disadvantage that could be. And while we've just seen Randy Orton, the first man eliminated from the Chamber matchup. As the Hurt Lock locked in on Austin Theory. Lashley has the Hurt Lock in on Theory. Will Theory submit? Is this enough to make Theory submit? The Hurt Lock is locked in deep. I believe Theory survives. As Edge goes for a suplex. Just dropping Roman face first. Sheamus now going after Lashley in the corner. Now Edge and Sheamus going at it. Edge. Execution onto Sheamus. That impaler DDT connecting. And now the Rated R Superstar setting Sheamus up for the spear. Can he connect? He does. Spear connects, goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Sheamus somehow not enough after the spear. And Austin Theory with that rolling neck breaker. And now goes after Sheamus. Ataxia onto Sheamus. There's no way Sheamus takes out another one. 2, 3. And the Celtic Warrior has been eliminated. Again, started things off with Randy Orton. The first two men to kick things off in the Chamber match are the first two out here. I told you, being in the pods has its advantage. As Reigns and Lashley now on the floor. Theory and Edge going at it in the ring. Brainbuster onto the knee by Austin Theory. And a super kick, and he's going for another one. Ataxia onto Edge. Ataxia connects. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Edge shoulder up at a count of 2. as Roman Reigns catches boot of Theory. He was going for belly to belly, but cut off by Lashley as Lashley Reigns out the back with the chop block. And now Theory has Edge up against the ropes, and Roman drops Lashley down into the punch. German suplex on Edge by Austin Theory, and Edge catches the boot by Theory. And now that guillotine, the same move that beat Edge on Raw, is locked in on Bobby Lashley. Is Reigns about to get his second elimination? No, Lashley somehow fighting back to his feet. His power too much to keep him down. And a Superman punch. The Superman punch by Reigns. And he's gone after Austin. As Edge picks up Lashley. Lashley knees in midsection. Sends Edge flying out to the floor. And a backbreaker on Reigns, super kick by Edge. Now Austin Theory coming out after Edge and sends him into that pod. All four men out on the floor now. Things have broken down into a brawl. As Lashley now slides out the back. And Theory is back into the ring. And Lashley up on the shoulders of Reigns and drops him out into the punch, but Theory cutting things off. He wants a bit of Edge, sends Lashley into the pod. And Edge using the chamber to his advantage, using those pods to his advantage. And now everyone back towards the ring. And Theory being set up by Reigns. Reigns was wasting his time going after Theory while Edge just came in from behind and said, "No, I've some business with you." And now both men in and out of the ring. Lashley going after Austin Theory with the Yakuza cutter. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Oh, Austin Theory gets the shoulder up. And the guillotine locked in on Edge. Edge already submitted to this on Raw. Will he submit again? Yes, he does. That guillotine, Edge submitted to it on Raw. He submitted to it here tonight. That's 2 eliminations for Roman Reigns. Eliminating Edge and Randy Orton. I believe it was Austin Theory who got the elimination on Sheamus. As we are down to our final 3. And how ironic is it? These 3 victorious on Raw as partners in that Tornado Tag Team match. It comes down to these 3 men here. The 3 men who got the momentum on Raw. And now either Austin Theory, Bobby Lashley or Roman Reigns will leave as WWE Champion. As Lashley just showing off his power, dropping Austin Theory. And now going after Reigns. With vicious dominator, goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Roman kicks out at 2. Theory now, Irish whipping, sends Lashley to the floor and going out after him. Took too long. Lashley sending him back towards the ring. Lashley sent into that pod by Roman. I have no idea what Roman was going for there. And Theory sent back into the ring by Bobby Lashley. Now Lashley and Roman going out on the floor. And now Lashley trying to send Reigns back to the ring, but Reigns reversing. Theory back out to the floor. And just sent into the chamber wall was Austin Theory. And a cutter on the floor. Goes for the cover. Of course, pins count anywhere in the chamber. Austin Theory eliminated. We're down to Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. Will the Tribal Chief or will the Almighty walk out of the chamber with the WWE Championship? As Reigns using that chamber wall to his advantage before sending Lashley back to the ring. And now Reigns has Lashley where he wants him, setting him up in his sights. Roman Reigns is looking to bring gold back to the bloodline. Of course, for you those the Raw Tag Team Champions, Reigns would love to bring more gold back to his family bloodline. But Lashley with that big power slam. Bobby Lashley calling Roman Reigns to his feet. What has Bobby got planned here? Double axe handle gets caught. Backbreaker by Reigns. Backbreaker by Reigns. Reigns is now picking Lashley up. Superman punch. The Superman punch dropping Lashley. And Roman not wasting any time. But Lashley continuing to fight back. Big suplex by Roman. And now Reigns up to the top rope. Elbow drop by Roman. And now stomping away at the arm of Bobby Lashley. Dragon screw by Bobby. Taking Roman up to his feet. Boot to the midsection. And a cutter. That could be it. Bobby Lashley could be your new WWE champion. Goes for cover. 1, 2. Oh, Roman kicks out. I can't believe it. Lashley can't believe it. But Lashley's still putting the boots to Reigns. Reigns sweeping the leg down. Stomping away now is Roman. Now it's Bobby turning the things around. And he's going for a suplex. Reigns punches to the midsection. Fights out of it. Headbutt by Lashley. And a flatliner by Bobby. Boot to the midsection, caught by Reigns. Clothesline by the Tribal Chief. As Reigns setting Lashley up. What is Reigns going for here? Jawbreaker by Lashley. Neither man can land that one. Big move needed to put the other away. Nice forward action here. The final two men. Superman punch by Reigns, goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and Roman Reigns does it. Roman Reigns victorious inside the Elimination Chamber. And Roman Reigns bringing the WWE Championship back to the bloodline. And Roman Reigns taking his seat at the head of the table. You see the gold on his shoulder. Roman Reigns with the big victory here tonight. And that is all we have got time for here at No Way Out. Tune in tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw to see the fallout of what just happened inside this Elimination Chamber match. And tune in for more action tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw.